Hello, this is Jared playing some Oxygen Not Included on the Prehistoric DLC, and I'm surviving so far. From Demolior arriving thanks to the Obsidian wall and vacuum. Finding myself way behind on technology for cycle 18. And by the way, we're also on hard mode. And trying to get achievements. Of course, the main one being the life found away, which I've got to get 100 cycles after this impact. I think, maybe 7 or 8 so far. So we're only just beginning. And I'm hoping to get the carnivore achievement along the way as well. I'm hoping to use Pakus from over here to do that. And I'm at the point where calories are quite low. I'm very much hoping that Tyron here, or sorry, Carno, the cook, will keep the micro musher going for that. So I'm going to actually aim to push this wider up a little bit. I'll probably bring this over as well. I mentioned technology is not going well. I mean, it's just because I spent so much effort making this wall, I didn't have much time for research. But that is starting now. Tyron is the one doing the research for that. Now I've got to make a decision. I can bring in another dupe. I've got 8. And keep in mind, they eat twice the amount of calories than normal dupes. So bringing another dupe's a big pressure to food. And last time I was thinking about bionic dupe, and I think I'm going to go with that. So here is Megalo arriving to the scene with the... Oh, hold on. That's not the attributes I wanted. Here we go. Megalo is arriving with Extreme Digging Booster. Let's check out their schedule down here. Chop off a little bit of break time. Though the sleep time is what I'm likely to start them off with. A bunch of sleep time, actually, so we can get more boosters before they start their project. Normally I would put a station here, but I want to make sure I don't interrupt this Orogrove node. So there's Megalo arriving. I'll get them a spot in the Great Hall. And then set up an industrial area down here. So we've got an extra table. And a crafting table. Oh, that's right. We don't have a barracks for this dupe either. Maybe I'll, let's get this created first. Just so that we can get some more batteries if we are desperate for that. And we can take advantage of the microchips. Push this wider up. I'll put in the order now to make 2 digging boosters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to go down here. Probably, actually, maybe the first project I'll do is get them to build a liquid pump way down here. So I want to get doors to be able to start controlling access. Who can go down these places? Maybe should do this. Now, actually, now that I realize we have doors, maybe put in this to keep these turtles, which are, never mind, no longer in there anyway. Power is the big issue, but research is ongoing for a hydrogen generator, which is going to make a big difference. We're going to be creating a barracks here. Eventually we'll be getting rid of this manual generator, very much hope. Keep this one alive just in case. Yeah, once this hydrogen generator goes online, hoping not to need that. I'm thinking here, barracks for the bionic dupes. I'm just going to start with expanding for quite a few, but probably won't be... I may not even be getting more than 1 for quite a while. We'll see how it goes. And I need a spot here. I haven't even started the research for this, but this is going to be for the gunk extractor. Figure the apothecary that needs water should be on the floor where I'm utilizing water over here. Not pitcher pump. And figure we'll also take the time to knock this over. Maybe up, that's not really a priority, but wow, we'll get that just so that we get more water. This pitcher pump, we do not want to run out. So we've got that. Let's get rid of this. Let's assign this to Megalo. Technically, this wouldn't be a barracks, I'm assuming, because there's industrial equipment, though I don't see why a bionic dupe would care. Actually, I'm curious about this. Just taking a moment for my understanding. When does this dupe get their barracks bonus? Is it when they arrive or leave? I'm assuming it's when they arrive, but let's just see. If I told them to go over here, and they're going back to sleep, plus barracks, cool. That's interesting to know. Sorry, just random little bit of info. Let's see. Drowning. That's not the Paku though. Okay, so you're fine. I definitely want to research ranching. I'm thinking of taking this Paku egg, relocating that up here. We'll do that high priority. Just because I want to avoid as many critters here being lost, Paku specifically. Do that there at priority. And I think that'll keep one or two dupes busy, but I think I'll need to find something else to do. So we got one digging booster. That's good to see. I like to keep track of my microchips. So we'll do that. Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll extend this down to the hydrogen generator. Actually, back off just a little bit. Last little bit of research is needed. Tyron's on break, though. Door here can be opened. Maybe I'll design this place. So next, just creating a floor here. Eventually, imagine these micro mushers will be dropped. One tile. Putting in a rock crusher. One thing I have not done, in fact, I don't even have the research for, is lighting. Probably the top priority is Carno here. Just 1,000 calories on our base, and these guys eat 2,000 calories each. Really hoping this works out. Really, really hoping this works out. Okay, so that's our hydrogen generator. I'm gonna throw this guy right. No, I'm gonna keep that to the side so I can get a door in front of it later on. I want to direct hydrogen at least down to there and put this there and there, but not connect it just yet. Okay, do we have our... We've got 2 microchips in there. That being the case, hold on, let me think. Megalo, let's give you an extra booster slot. So someone should be able to create that. Yeah. Tyron is on that. So I would expect Tyron to do... Oh, they're not doing research because there's nothing assigned. Every part of me, I think I mentioned this last time, now wants to get into automation. But I think because I've got food pressures, I want to get the feed fisher in particular going so we can start to feed a Paku, maybe this guy up here. Really debating is ranching. I definitely want to swing back to ranching as soon as possible, but forgot we don't have the gunk extractor. Maybe I could do ranching before pharmacology, but I figure the gunk extractor is going to be top priority. The other thing is I'm regretting my location of setting this Paku egg here because I see this guy now says crowded. I also see there was 2 eggs here. So we'll pick up the second one. They're going to send them both over here. See, that's red. I think that's just... I don't know why that's red. They can access that there. Unreachable move. Let's investigate this. Usually I just hit move 2 without actually doing it, but try again. Relocate. Up here. Oh, excuse me. Now it says they're both unreachable. Oh, maybe the dupes can't get up here. Oh, they can't. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's make that priority. We have our second digging booster. I feel like we do. Let's wake Megalo up. I'm certain they've got enough microchips created for this project. Let's give them 6 hours of rest. So hoping that they're going to go down there. Let's give them at least one of the digging boosters. Oh, did I didn't sign that? Did not mean to do that. Oh great, now they had to get wet. Okay, open these. And just before they go, okay, another booster for them. Megalo, let's give that to you. So now they've got plus 15 to digging, so I can send them far away. And the nice thing is the way they work, they don't need oxygen constantly like the rest of the dupes. They can come back up here to get their oxygen. I can give them some... Oh, we also need to assign specific rules. Bionic dupes don't use the outhouses. Though I'm realizing that we don't have a spot for them to have the gunk extractor. The research is almost done. And at this point, I'm going to say... Oh yeah, let's go down this way first. Megalo, you are allowed in here. And you are allowed in here, but nobody else is. And nobody else is. Okay. So I've signed Megalo the project of getting a pump built way down here. Hopefully that'll get built before this runs out of water. I think it will. Especially since they're such a quick digger. Let's just make sure they get started on the project. Oh, they're heading down. Awesome. So they'll make their way down there. This area is being cleared off for the gunk extractor, which Tyron has just finished. Awesome. So now I'm going to make the call. Do I do pharmacology or ranching? And I'm thinking let's boot it on ranching. I think we've got enough time before I actually need the pharmacology. But let's design this room. Just assign Velop the cooking priority, just because I'm not loving how calories is just hanging on in any given time. The other thing is take a moment now just to get power banks before I forget about those. Those always need to be cranked up. In fact, let's just make an additional one. Hydrogen generator. Let's make that our priority. Now we're going to try to get 2 dupes that can cook at the same time. That's not going to go well without this. How do we do down? Oh. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay, especially given... Maybe I will change the rule temporarily. Look at normal dupes, but not our bionic dupe. Clean this up. This is coming from this tile right here. Dirt. Let's put that right there. Technically, they can do that. I'd rather they go this way to build that. They probably won't. Is there anything I could think of other than... I know what we'll do. Let's do this. Priority. And then we'll just dig around it. Okay. So now we're in the hydrogen business. This is where I gotta start taking it slow. Unfortunately, this is what it is. We'll just, we'll take it slow. I can connect this. This is why I built rather, these jumbo batteries. So we can have a spot for that. So now we can keep things going. I was gonna say keep the lights on, but we actually don't have any lights at the moment. Okay, so that was built. That's awesome. Let's mop this up. And then Megalo can get back to their work. Maybe we'll extend the fire pole down just a little bit more. So we gotta really get this done too. I have a goal of getting this done in one cycle. Okay, yeah, maybe this ought to be our priority then. I don't care about the infrastructure around it. I just want a simple gunk extractor available. Oh, I have to make that a priority too if I'm going to do that. Okay. Now, I guess that validates my whole step process. But easy to redo, I figure. Go. Let's just add a stair right there and make that a priority. Oh, right. And now I've got the normal dupes on this, so flip that around. Let's turn this off so we don't get an excess of hydrogen, or start wasting hydrogen. Make this a priority so we can get across and actually have a spot. That's great, but it don't have a place to actually dump it out just yet. But it shouldn't take too long. Where are we with our schedule? We've got time. We'll make it. Make it. Let's fill in the rest of this, though it doesn't necessarily have to be the priority thing. But I do want that to be knocked over. Okay, I'll put it in design here. Just a little bit more until that pump is made. And the priority at the moment is just to get this pipe built. Have a drop-off spot. Actually, I also bet we'll make this the highest priority here just so it gets, because that takes a little bit longer to build. But let's also make a priority of having the actual spot where gunk's going to be collected. So we can pick it up in a pitcher pump rather than have to mop it up back in those mopping up days. What are you doing? Oh, I see what's happening here. So occasionally the dupes are picking up water and maybe going on break or going somewhere else. Lots of hydrogen. This is going to be a pain. But when that happens... trappers. Okay. This is what needs to happen. First of all, maybe it is a priority of getting this sealed off. Otherwise, we're going to have these dupes trapped. Or going down. Okay, at least now they can't access this. So that's something. Take this over. Apply that there. Our calorie. Calorie. I don't know. We'll keep trying. Let's get this pump or pipe built. Maybe I'll get a plan down here. Okay, it's close. It's going to be a close one. Bring up power. We'll bring up pipes. Two. Yeah, that's fine. And have that tee into this. We'll make this a priority. Though, just to be clear, this is a higher priority for the regular dupes. Maybe not the pitcher pump itself. Okay, we should be able to make that. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of time. Okay, so there is our gunk extractor. I'm going to put, so I don't forget, up morale. Not a priority, but throw a sink there to create a washroom for them. And I need to take a moment. Where are we? What was I research? Oh, right. Ranchy, actually, just before I go, did we relocate those eggs? Looks like it. Looks like not. Maybe that's a priority thing. There's one of the eggs. Let me just flick that up. I'll take a little bit of moment to decide where we're going next. I did restrict Megalo here to yes. Is there any other restrictions? I've reverted that back. And up that priority. Okay. I figure out where we're going next then. I'm going to be adding more of these batteries figures since it's going to be a little bit longer than I was hoping for automation. Extra jumbo batteries would be nice. The other thing is I want to open up this spot here so that this water weed can start growing. Okay, so that's 1, 2, maybe 3 plants soon. Let's dig from underneath as well. Oh, that didn't quite work. Let's take that out. Oh no. Can you... Okay, good. Whew. Oh, and there's some up here. It's going to be a little bit of a wet working area, but I think it'll be worth it if we can get that water weed growing. Got a path up here. My thinking here is, I noticed this last time I was going for the carnivore achievement. There might be a jawbo, and over the next little bit, that might be some free meat. So we're going to do that. I'm thinking of doing the same thing here. Actually, probably look at the water weed first, especially since we're going for the locavore achievement. Continuing on down there. Oh, and let me, gonna be forgetting this, I know, but, oh, well, we've got 2 new jumbo batteries. That is awesome. Perfect timing there. So I'm gonna watch this charge up. And I think the biggest risk, and it might actually take my whole base out, at least I'll have to go back to many ever cycles, I don't know, we'll see, is running out of food. Oh, and that was the ability to get the fish feeder. Awesome. It may be time then to get in the world of automation, which I'm always desperate to get into, so we'll start with smart home, probably give light access here in the kitchen, and then proceed. But I'm going to see if there's anything I should do now. What age? We've got 15 of 25. I'm assuming that's going to be enough to tame that guy. The other thing I can do now, I believe, is to get some fish traps. Or do I need more research for that? Oh, I need animal control to get a fish trap. Okay, I didn't... Alright. I mean, we'll start with taming here. And I'm pretty sure that's just simply this. Is that just not allowing me to do that there because... I need that taken out? Maybe. So I'm going to want to cut this maybe. Oh. Something is wrong. Oh, I guess I can just permanently have this. Oh, not permanently. Okay, this is where I need the automation. That's right. Okay, so we're starting to get caught up there. Remind myself not to add another hydrogen generator until we've got heavy watt wire and transformer and all that. Okay, let's make this the priority. Oh, and put it in a bin there of algae. That can be done later. Got this pipe project going on. Where are we with metal power banks? Let's make a dozen of those. Starting to generate a little bit of metal. I'm going to copy this. I'd like to get this room dropped off. Okay. In my last playthrough, I wanted to get the carnivore achievement. I started adding more dupes. Bionic dupes at this point. I think that may be a bad idea in this particular case. Just because I don't have the power infrastructure. Eventually, I'm hoping that we'll eventually get down and find Saturn critter traps. There may be some unknown mysteries of how this is actually set up to be able to do that. So I think this may be the point. I say, you know what? No more dupes for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, flatten that, do the same thing here. And let's put in, I'm going to trap this dupe technically for a brief period of time. Oh yeah, and the apothecary. Okay, we've got an extra gear bomb, thankfully. Okay, did we ever get this built? ALG. Stored there. Gulpfish. So, oh, we can, I didn't know they eat Drew drip seeds and mullets. They eat quite a bit, don't they? So I'll allow them to eat algae for now until we get into the seacomb business. Part of me very much wants a fish trap. Let's do pharmacology first, just to be safe. Meglo. You're allowed down here. And that's a priority. What is going on? Oh, because that's a 6. Alright, well, let me instruct you that that's a 7. There, alright. So that is... Why? Why? Oh, because you're picking up material for construction. Oof. Shale, I assume? Okay, maybe a little bit more shale here and metal along the way. Just to avoid them dipping down. Okay, so hoping that construction is going to be done. Just a reminder, we're on hard mode, so I'm not going to get a package from that. Okay, let's take this out. Now, this is going to be disruptive because I've trapped dupes. Okay, good. My idea and thinking is... Oh. That's okay, that's okay. I was going to ultimately shape that differently later on, but we don't need to worry about that now. Let's just throw this back in quickly, just so we don't have trapped dupes and dupes that don't have access to their food. I'm going to do it again. Take this out. Okay, and pause it, just because this is disruptive. That along there with priority on that. My thinking here is I'll put in the middle a bin for dirt. So all the inputs will be here in the middle. Then we'll have our 2 micro mushers. Like that. Oh, and I'll put in design for the lights. Okay, so all the things are happening all at once. I stopped this at a very good point. Essentially, what I was doing here is just taking a moment to design the lights. So automation with that. But a few things. I noticed that hydrogen is quite low here. I caught this at a perfect time. So what I'm going to do is disable this guy right here. The other thing that I see is this guy finally has become overpressured. So I'm going to, at high priority, start dumping liquid right there. We're also going to start a path over here, so I'm going to throw some of this salt water down in here just so that we can get water weed growing. In fact, let's check on the water weed that's over here. Okay, that's all growing. In fact, we're going to get 98% right there, 86%, so a little bit less. That might just get us out of the jam that we're in. Just almost 5,000 calories for like the moment. Anyway, over here, I'm not liking these little guys being in here. I don't know. 4 of 10. Yeah, I don't know the best way to take them out or attack them. I think I need to attack them. Because there is no... Hold on. Relocation. Let's put water. Oh, there is a relocate. But that would just cause other critters to... Do I care? Technically, they would be food for this guy up here. I mean, that guy's crowded anyways. He's crowded anyways. Yeah, let's take you. Really relocate you down there. We'll see what moving one of them does. And we've got access now to seeing another job out. So, actually, what age? 44. I think that will lead to a little bit of meat that we can eat later on. So we've got that. I've cut there. Power-wise, actually might be the point where maybe I need to cut this too. So lots going on. A lot to maintain all at once. Not much automation, but we're starting. Oh, and research. Pharmacology, awesome. Let's just put that in before I forget right there. Would like to get gas automation so I can, if nothing else, keep my sanity. Not have to check 25 things every minute or so. So making a bridge going across here. Okay, so this is opening up this cool slush geysered output. I'm just curious about this guy. He's probably still has room. No, shouldn't worry about that. This volcano down here, have we... I think that's the same amount of gold. And that's actually much cooler gold. So that's a little bit of metal that I can get access to. Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. Off the one skill upgrade I wanted to get right now. So now we are in the critter ranching business. Let me just mark this as to be the input. Dirt. For in here, I see lights are on. Okay, whether this is all going to be enough, I don't know, but from what I see, things are going well. Except for calories, we're still low. Maybe the lights will help. Maybe some of this lettuce coming in. Where are we at that? Haven't evolved too much. Oh. Okay, I'll be keeping an eye on this. Let's just throw a little bit more hydrogen in. So this is just double check. Yeah, I disabled that manual generator. Now I guess we'll need to... Oh, okay, excellent. So this pump was built. That is nice because first of all, I can get Megalo to start drilling down and exploring spots where the normal dupes don't go. This guy is low. This is a critical thing. This is what our oxygen is based off of with 3 electrolyzers. So I'm going to say everyone's allowed in here except for Megalo. And we're going to knock this over. That will be a priority. Someone get down there, do that for us. Let's go here. Copy this setting across there. Just so that multiple of these can be loaded at the same time. Be staying on top of this water. Eventually we'll be able to get a little bit more. Pushed up. Okay, that's the reason that I was getting a non-bionic dupe to go down there. Alright, well, Slowly making our way up here. Just look at the oxygen level. Let's not go any further. Unless I was to use my bionic dupe. The question is, do I even need to get further over? Probably because there's a chance there's another jobbo. Just slowly making progress, but I see removing one of these guys. This Pacu is now happy at 89% wildness, so they're going down, I guess, 15% per cycle. That's good to see. This pump here technically no longer needed, is it? We've got water from that going up, so we can get rid of you. Now I've got this path. Oh, an unreachable path. Oh, no, I just needed to let that go a second, because I've just added Megalo to be able to go down there, but nobody else, since there's not going to be much oxygen. The main task for the dupes is to open here. Very glad to see this has been dropped off. So this means that this guy is going to have more room to output liquid. And maybe indicate that that's the priority, since that's the only dupe that can work on that. Metal power banks 4. Let's ask for another 4. Now yeah, we'll have to have the automate. I have enough power. Well, hoping I have enough power to start to get eco power banks, but we need the tech. We need more things first. The other thing is yeah, I want to get over here, but the oxygen situation is kind of limiting me unless I either bring up a whole power line or I just say, you know what, this is going to be, I think this is the more likely scenario. I'm going to put, restrict that to the bionic dupe. It's just going to be easier, I think. Let's make this a bit of a priority. The quicker we grow some, or get this growing, the better in my mind. Okay, the other thing is, maybe we're in a situation where a little bit of automation here, especially since we're going to be running battery production more often. That's out of nickel. I don't necessarily want anyone to go grab the gold just yet. So what we crank, oh, we are already asking for more nickel. We just haven't created it yet. Calories, though. Ooh, we're maintaining. Lights are on. Gotta watch the water levels. Speaking of which, let's throw that there and there. All right, we are slowly coming around 82%. Yeah, automation down here would be absolutely lovely. And we've arrived over here. Super glad to be able to see this guy. This is going to make this environment cooler. Here we go. Here we go. I'm actually quite surprised how much water weed there is on this asteroid. So I'm just going to throw that in here just to get it out of the way and more focused about getting these guys to start growing than anything else. And also, if I want this guy here to grow, can't dig this out. Okay, so we'll let that drown out, do some mopping up. Oh. Maybe I should have done that. Shouldn't have done that dig just yet. Anyway. Okay, watching that so power doesn't run out. We are just getting started. I'll take a moment to see what we should do next. Next, trying to get some power infrastructure with heavy watt wires. Soldering station going in. Didn't actually make a great haul. We just have a mess hall, so a little decoration should take care of that. And over here, I reason that there's probably no point in mopping up because we're just going to be adding more water anyways, right? And just note to self, I want to go in this direction. Again, not to take out some water weed. Maybe we'll make a little bridge across like that. And open up. Gotta be careful how I don't know that I'm going to be able to get this guy to grow. But let's not worry about it. I'll get as many as I can. Oh, harvest ready. This is going to get Dupe's feet wet if I do this. Or should I just let that naturally? Because we're just low in calories, this might just help. Just curious what we get again. Almost 5,000 calories. And I have not been managing the hydrogen situation. Clearly, automation severely needed. This will be able to get a great haul. Not taking any interruption here in the kitchen, even though we've got a little bit of lettuce. So digging out around here. Actually, maybe it makes more sense to put that ladder there. Not loving the, I have to consider the stress that comes with getting Dupe's feet wet with all of this. Balance that with, you know, the whole starving issue. Still need hydrogen. Okay, I guess that construction's not happening just because there's construction over here. That's alright. Just fighting to keep the batteries charged, though maybe that's a little bit of running the rock crusher that perhaps we don't need at the moment. 20,000 calories. Hey. First time we've seen good numbers like that in far too long. Double check we've got a great haul. Excellent. Another skill point. Let's check on that. Vlop. I could either give them more strength, because that's mostly what they do. Could give it work towards suit sustainability or mechatronics, though I think when the bionic engineers will, or dupes will have that later. I'm just worried that I might not have that if I don't have as many bionics as maybe I'm hoping. So again, taking this very slow, almost painfully slow, but pausing it for a moment because I see there's a jumbo egg. And that means I'm wondering if I should attack this guy. That's going to make tough meat. The only issue is I don't have the ability to cook it, and I almost think maybe I shouldn't have been focusing on automation as much as I desperately want it. I mean, made good progress though. Or should we pivot all the way to the top so I can get a smoker? 20,000 calories at the moment. Mush bar lettuce, various other things. Pacu filet is now here. That's sitting right there. Oh, okay then. Consumables. Let's see, Pacu filet. Let's turn that off. Let's go over here and put cooked seafood. So that is that. Now, if I did take a fillet, actually just curious, are you hot? Carbon dioxide, has it been creating? No, it hasn't been doing a whole lot down there. Minus 20. I think it's smart, and this is my thinking. If I attack this guy, he won't eat this wild Pacu. So Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Attack you. Because you're going to get, you've already laid an egg. Over here I see an egg and I'm like, Unfortunately I see that wildness is not as, essentially not tame. So, I'm gonna lose this guy before he what does he have? Let's just say 5 round down. And how much does he decrease? 15%. Let me just try to think about this. This is my first time experimenting with Paku's 5 times 15, 75. So he'll be tame, but will that result in another egg? I'm just curious if this is a waste. I should, considering attacking this critter right now and waiting to spend my algae on this. You know what? I'll keep feeding him and I'll learn something in the process. I suspect that it might actually be smart to attack, but just to make this a learning opportunity, I'll keep him around. See if we get a second egg. I don't think so. Okay, digging out over here. So that's 2. Oh, another water weed over there. Growing, and I did, okay, more tiling up there needs to be opened up. Awesome. Oh, 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 oh. Awesome job, Aloes. Let's get you back up there. Or not. Okay, hydrogen is quite high right now, so I'll cut that. Really sad I had to change my priorities on research, but I think food focus. Did we ever get tough meat? Jabbo filet. Oh, it's not tough meat, but it's jabbo filet, but still. I'm going to go find a place to put that such that currently already at 97, dropped 25% a cycle. Okay then. So we're making a priority of digging way down here. Actually, oh wait, do you eat tough meat? Or the jabbo, you eat, yeah, I'm going to say so. Just to be safe, let's send it down here. That would have been sad if I had essentially brought it. Oh, critter. You're probably just going to be eaten anyway, but whatever. What age are you? 80. Okay, I just want to make sure that I pull your feathers before you expire, but I think we've got lots of time. So yeah, what was I doing over here? Seeing this Meglo, thank you so much. Does that mean that you were... Oh, I did make that a 7, didn't I? I should also make this a 7. Okay. Very important. Let's grab... not the egg. Actually... Should I relocate? No, let's not worry about that. Let's just make sure the jabbo fillet moves, since I don't have the ability to cook it. And it goes so bad so quick. We'll throw it down here, high priority. So that we'll have that to cook later, hopefully anyway. A bit of bleach down being moved out. I don't know if this is worth the effort, but I might trap this guy so some of these dartles don't get eaten. And I'm debating whether to try to limit. I've got something I want to experiment with, trying limiting dupes getting their feet wet there, but I just don't know if that's the right priority. Alright, I'll think about what I want to do next. Next priority I'm working on is the carbon dioxide that's building up down here. A little bit of natural gas as well. What I'm thinking of doing is trying some advice I got from Stinger's Playground, which mentions the gas storage. I didn't do this over here just because I needed a cheap little space. But now this is the first time I'm designing this with width of 4. I don't know if I understood exactly how this setup is, so I've actually set this up so I can configure which ones of these go into, or maybe them all. That just gives me that ability using the cutting tool to experiment if something goes wrong. So that's pipe going down there. And my overall, this is from advice from actually a previous playthrough, my plan is to get to cycle 100. If I don't get my achievement, then I'm going to go from cycle 1, or episode 1 rather, on. Probably fill my wall with various different devices. And then on the next attempt to get the, if I need the next attempt, I have no idea. I mean, I've never worked with Pacus. I feel... I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, I would say I feel like this is not going to work, but I have a bit of confidence since people say that Paku is a very good method. Wellness 50%, though 1925. We'll see how this goes. I do want to take you out there, but I feel like I've got I bought a little bit of time. See some Paku egg up there. I mean, that's going to be... Actually, how are we doing with our exploration? Now I'm on hard mode. I chose not to do teleportation, but apparently this asteroid does have teleportation if you have that enabled. Oh, okay. It might be a little bit difficult to get. Bionic dupe could get it, but neural vacillator. Okay, I'll think about that for sure. I think I'm going to end today on this cycle. What were we doing? Oh, yeah. Let's get the carbon dioxide situation done. That might be the last project for the day. I don't know that there's a huge value in this right now, but technically I could split this. Set this to run through the Oh. Just realized too. I've got some batteries, which I'm going to let drain out. Probably won't take too long. Okay, pause. Let's just connect that. I don't know that they can reach those or not, but it doesn't matter. That's just marked as delete if not. Reconnect this. And we're back online. I'll keep that manual generator just in case we're in a jam later. But obviously want to keep it disabled. So we've got some more wild plants we were able to get going. Anything going to be recent? 81, 79. 30,000 calories. How did we get out of this? I thought we were in trouble. In fact, hold on. 20,000 calories. I don't want food to go bad and waste it. Might pause for a certain amount of time on that. Oh, and we've gotten down here. Awesome. Oh, cool slush. I love all the cool liquid geysers that I have access to. We've got some, though this might be a bad area for bionic dupe. Alright, you know what? I think this might actually just be a good enough place. Oh, we get this little thing to roll out. Actually, no, never mind. I'm going to get our bionic dupe to do a path up here. So the last action of the day, and it actually took me a while to think this one through. Oh, and also realizing that this path maybe isn't going to quite work. But the reason I've been thinking about, I was originally getting a path in between here, or trying to anyways. But we're on hard mode, and we are going to get meteorites striking. I think that's just a quite dangerous area. So I essentially want access to these Pacus. Would love access to the Seacomb, but that's going to be later. Actually, yeah. And this guy up here at some point, I thought, you know what? Instead of getting a spot up above this, why don't we just relocate this water down here? So that's what I'm going to aim to do. Open this up like that. Maybe we don't need that. And again, apparently I didn't design this pathway correctly. Trying to take advantage of this little space, but I guess think they can jump up like that. Okay, we'll find out. Oh yeah, and then probably won't be done anytime soon unless I make that a priority. So do that as well. Alright, so that's for the bionic dupe. And we'll just play out the rest of the cycle, getting as much of this piping built down here. We are now on the research of the smoker. So I feel, I could be wrong, I feel there is maybe 3 or 4 episodes, depending on how I split this up, till we get the, either get the carnivore achievement, or yeah, and I should also point out the reason that I'm just holding off on looking at comments now is I just don't know if there's some big surprise down here. I just don't want anything spoiled. So clearly I see there are tons of geysers. I know one of the lab asteroids had whole space missing, so there might be something funky. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys next time as I try to get the carnivore achievements and then Life Found Out Way achievement, as well as just generally experimenting with this DLC. Till then, guys.